India officially changes the status of Kashmir today, Thursday. It is now no longer an autonomous state and instead has been split into two federally controlled territories. One is called Jammu and Kashmir and the other is Ladakh. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi made the decision back in August. Since that announcement, the region's been under lockdown with no internet, local politicians arrested, and limited information filtering out. Some of what we know is coming unexpectedly from European visitors.
When approaches the airport, we are asked to close the blinds on our windows, a telling sign of what is to come. Outside, military personnel line the streets as far as the eye can see. Srinagar resembles a ghost town, crisscrossed with concertina wires and security personnel. Movement is severely restricted, even for journalists. In the days leading up to the revocation of Article 370, the Indian government moved 45,000 additional troops to Kashmir, tightening its grip on a region that is already infamous for being one of the world's most militarized zones. With even pro-India opposition leaders under house arrest, fear and anger are palpable amongst those who braved the curfew to come out on the streets.
At least 60,000 dead over nearly 7 decades, 3 wars between 2 nuclear-armed states, and countless human rights violations.
जहाँ पे भी मैं गया हूँ, वहाँ खून खराबा जरूर हुआ है. So जब तक खून खराबा नहीं होता, तो मेरा मन नहीं भरता.
This is the story of Kashmir.
It's Friday, on the streets of Kashmir's largest city. It's the day Muslims normally gather to pray. But in recent weeks, it's also become a day of protest. Indian authorities are working hard to keep a lid on
The prayers we offer for Eid are supposed to be in a gathering according to rules of Islam. But it's the first time in my life, I'm 27 years old, that I'm offering them at home.
As a businessman, Ramiz is keen to see peace restored to the region.
Bienvenue à tous. Welcome to Reporters here on France 24. In this edition, the crisis in Kashmir. Since India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi decided to revoke Kashmir's special status, the crisis there has deepened and fears of the Muslim majority population are growing. The whole of Kashmir is right now under a day and night curfew. All this against the background of tension between India and Pakistan.
Development in Jammu and Kashmir, unprecedented clampdown has thrown life in the valley completely out of gear. Streets in Srinagar now remain empty. Strict restrictions on movement of people has been imposed.
One of the misleading things that are being said all the time in India about Kashmir is that it's a kind of backward region which needs development and that what has happened will permit development. Now this is really absurd because Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir is actually one of the more developed states of India, not just in terms of economic development but also in terms of many social indicators, whether you look at mortality rates, schooling rates, nutrition levels are quite all right. So, you know, if anything, I think that India has...
हमें ऐसा लग रहा है कि अभी हमें ढकेल दिया गया है डार्क मिडीवल टाइम्स में, जहाँ पे हम किताबों में पढ़ते थे कि कोई बादशाह के इन्वेड करता था सिटी को और सीज में रखता था और वहाँ पे पूरा कट ऑफ करके जब तक वो नील नहीं करते थे. दिस इज एन एग्जैक्ट सिचुएशन लाइक दैट. इट्स अ बारबरिक एक्ट, इट्स एन एक्ट ऑफ एक्सट्रीम कंट्रोल ऑफ अ स्टेट ओवर इट्स सब्जेक्ट.
कश्मीरी लोगों को ये चीज़ एक्सेप्टेबल होती तो इतनी फ़ौज लाने की ज़रूरत नहीं थी। इन्होंने फ़ौज लाई है, ज़बरदस्ती हमसे की है। हमारी ज़िंदगी देखिए आप, आज देखिए हमको बनाया कैसे इन लोगों ने। We are living like nomads. I mean, we have nothing. सब कुछ बंद कर दिया। ये I don't think it's a normal life in the modern world.
अंदर से लोगों के अंदर मतलब भरा हुआ है। जो ही लोगों को मौका मिलेगा ये उबल पड़ेगा।
मैं आपको कह रहा हूँ 5 साल बाद यही 370 आप देखते हैं। आई एज अ सिटीजन इन द मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड मैं चैलेंज करता हूँ कि 5 साल बाद भी यहाँ सिचुएशन ठीक नहीं होगी, क्योंकि द रियल क्वेश्चन ऑफ व्हाट द पीपल वांट।
अलबत्ता इतना है कि तवक्कु था पहले से, हम पहले से वोट डालते थे। इस वक्त 70 हमारी एज है, बहुत इलेक्शन लड़े हैं, बहुत लीडर देखे हैं, तो मगर ऐसा धोखे वाली बात नहीं हुई हमारे साथ। इस साल धोखे वाली बात हमारे।
Only a few kilometers away, the neighborhood of Sora Anchar has emerged as a focal point for resistance. Young and old have been gathering here every day in defiance of a law that bans public meetings. They believe that India has violated assurances enshrined in its own constitution.
Our assurance that shall withdraw our troops from Kashmir as soon as peace and order is restored, and leave the decision regarding the future of the state to the people of the state is not merely a promise to your government, but also to people of Kashmir and whole world.
Many here see the revocation as a betrayal of that promise and feel that this has further alienated them.
They have taken a decision without asking Kashmiris, without taking us into confidence. So much has happened here, and they never treat us with decency nor humanity.
Speaking so freely can come at a high cost. The military in Kashmir are accused of using brute force against protesters. But there are many who feel that there is no middle ground left. On Eid, thousands have gathered once again in Sora.
Where is the democracy? Indians say they want to love us. They say they want to mend relations with us. Today is our Eid. So why are there armed forces everywhere? Why are we locked up? What have we done?
To keep the military out, people have blocked the streets with makeshift barriers. They are determined to continue their resistance with the only weapons they have. Slogans.
A family says goodbye to its eldest son. His mother, too stunned to react. Asrar Ahmed Khan was 17. He was a bright student and loved playing cricket. His family says he was hit on the head by a tear gas canister and lead pellets fired from a shotgun by Indian troops.
मोदी को बोलिए दर्द है उनको सॉरी उन्होंने सॉरी इसके लिए बोला उन्होंने उसका कैबिनेट किया कल और बनेगा ये हमारा कश्मीर है ना
People here are in mourning. Fahmida Shagu was at home with her children and her in-laws on August 9th. Police started firing tear gas at protesters outside. Fahmida's husband Rafiq helped rush her to the hospital, but doctors could not revive her. A sudden death and no one to hold accountable.
We really demand justice. But from who? I don't know if we'll get justice, my kids will get justice. I don't know.